Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is June the 7th, 2026. Hopefully this episode finds you well, in good spirits and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Happy Sunday. Happy fun day to ya. Hopefully it's been a good day. Hopefully it's been a great weekend for ya. I know for me, I know for mine, it was a good weekend. I had a blast. A little bit of, a little turbulence, but, we'll get into it and we'll get through it. But yeah, we can go ahead and start at Friday evening, pretty much where I left you off, my dear listeners. I got myself together. We headed over to Zoe's, picked her up. We hung out for like a little quick bit, and then went to Northside. I got to see the homies perform at Radio Artifact, or Urban Artifact, but it was a blast. It was nice. Always like that venue, and it's always nice to go to Urban Artifact, drink some nice beers and whatnot, have a good time with the homies. Let's see, there was three performances. There was Blood Puppet, pretty dope, pretty cool. And then got to see Sculptor, which, we be shouting around the pod. It was nice to see them perform, do a live performance on a big stage. It was nice. And then Sofa King. Sofa King's always cool. They didn't have like this like Nirvana vibe that I really fuck with. It's always nice. Kind of makes me want to thrash around a little bit. But needless to say, as much of a fun time as I was having, and like we were kind of slated to do a couple more things, I was not feeling good. Like my body decided to just not fuck with me Friday night. I think essentially what had happened, and I'm still figuring out this math, and this all feels very like plus 30 situations. It's giving geriatric. It's giving I'm an old man, and I'm just not mindful of myself as well as I need to be. But the whole day, I just didn't really eat that much. I did have like my usual big snack, and I thought that I was going to be good to go. When I started feeling a little bit off, I switched, I had like maybe 3 drinks at the venue at Urban, and I was like, I'm not feeling too hot. And then I started switching to water, drinking water, and it just wasn't helping. Essentially, like, to describe it, not to be too TMI, it just felt like my whole body was like lit from the inside out. And I was just so uncomfortable. And I knew, like, just dealing with this kind of feeling and situation before, the only thing I really could do was drink a lot of water and then, like, just go lay down somewhere. Like, I needed to just relax and get, like, horizontal and curl up into a ball. Like, that's more or less how I was feeling. But also, I needed to eat. I knew that somewhere in there, this was a food issue. And Zoe, I think, was clocking it, too. So by the time I was like pretty emphatic, like I was able to get through the whole show, and I was like, yeah, we gotta go. And like the homies were like doing more game plan, and we're trying to go to Junkers and stuff, and I'm like, and I'm just, I know I'm not gonna be able to do that, and I'm trying to get out of there. So I managed to make it. We managed to make it back to Zoe's. We get home, and I'm just like not good. I'm in and out of the bathroom. I'm just wallowing. I don't feel well, and I think at some point, I think I was laying down, yeah. And Zoe just orders food. She takes over. She takes control. She was the captain now. And she orders Domino's, which is actually very cute and very awesome and very sweet, because I did want to have a Domino's day with her, but I felt like that's not what like anybody really wants to eat. Like that's a thing you eat by yourself, or like, with a bunch of people you don't know or care about. Like, you know what I mean? That's usually when that's getting set up. I feel like most people don't go for the Domino's. And trust me, I would rather be eating with my baby at Raymundo's or Chameleon than Domino's. So it doesn't usually come up, but I do like Domino's. I have a little slutty soft spot in my heart for some Domino's. Y'all know this. So she orders a good amount of food. We get 2 medium pizzas, some barbecue wings, and there's something else that's escaping me. I can't. The garlic bites, Parmesan little garlic bites, which they forgot a marinara, but she did have marinara, so that was clutch. And we just chow down. Now, the pizza, one was pepperoni, and then the other one was like kind of like a supreme pizza, if I'm not mistaken. And it had the stuffed crust, and it had the sauce slice cup too. So I finally got to try that, and I gotta say, I liked it. Some people are like, "Ugh, it's gross, it's not good," but I think most people maybe are expecting to get like a free garlic sauce, like a Papa John's, and this stuff kind of hits like a fake cane sauce or something. It almost maybe would be better on like a burger, but I mean, you can make like a burger pizza or something and make that work perfect. Plus, I'm a sauce slut, so put it on the pizza. I'm down to give it a try at least once or twice. I ain't that mad about it. So I liked it. I thought it was yummy. The pepperoni pizza was the other pizza, which there's just something about Domino's pepperoni that just tastes a bit off. I don't know what it is. Like, I will always go back to it and eat it, but it's just not my favorite thing. I usually like pepperoni and something else, especially at Domino's for sure. But needless to say, I loved it. I scarfed it all down, and like, I just like bloomed like a little flower. Like, I was so back after that. The rest of the night was just pretty chill. I felt good. Then let's see. Was there any more food that I think we ate everything. Then let's move us to Saturday. Saturday was a pretty chill day. We didn't do too much. We hung out at the house. I want to say we only went out to Kroger, picked up some things, and for dinner we wound up making chicken bake tacos. Now, if I let Zoe tell this, she was like, this wasn't that good. This was kind of a flop. I enjoyed it though. Essentially, it was supposed to be like this chicken, peppers, corn. There was a lot going on in the taco, but you set them all up and then you bake them. And, it's supposed to come out like a chalupa. I think you also put in some cream cheese or whatever. And I think somehow, for some reason, the cream cheese came out, like, it just all kind of came out too watery or something for some reason. And when it got pulled out, it just wasn't giving chicken baked tacos. But I ate it. I loved it. I thought it was yummy. I was just feeling some big hungry again. And I was like, okay, we gotta get something else to like add to this. So when we were at Kroger, I got some taquitos. That's what I wound up landing on. And we also had some chips. But on top of that, she made like some guac. There was some like salsa that we had and like the sour cream mixing that she made. So overall, like I said, I enjoyed that meal. It was very yummy. And then later on that night, we had a bagel. We each had a bagel with some cream cheese. I think it was like a chocolate chip bagel, normally cream cheese. And then some chocolate strawberries. This is also very cute. Let's see here. We closed out the night, a little bit of TV talk. And throughout the whole weekend, let's see what we watched. We watched a little bit of Survivor. Some more Drag Race, some older seasons we started. So like she could kind of catch me up on some lore and things like that, which was dope. We watched a lot of that actually tonight. But last night we had watched season 2 of Beef. We pretty much just like binge watched that whole season. Which I gotta say, I haven't seen season 1, but that kind of worked in my favor in a sense because they aren't connected. Season 1 and season 2, they're different, and there's no spoilers. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it was all right. I didn't like it. Like, I liked the lead up to the season ending, but then the last episode I just thought really was just not satisfying to me personally. And I'll leave it at that. But overall, it's interesting. It has some like, ooh, wow moments, and that's nice. The characters are interesting for sure. But overall, I just didn't like where they took said characters and how they wrapped up the whole season. So, and take that for what it is. But overall, it was nice. And let's see here. Sunday. Once again, more hanging out. It was really a cozy day or cozy weekend situation sans Friday night, which maybe I just needed because I was just like, okay, I drank too much. I didn't eat enough. And, I felt like shit. But like after that, Saturday, Sunday, I felt great. But it was just nice to play it safe and not go too crazy. But food-wise, we had Penn Station. We went to Penn Station, which is very yummy. We each got Philly cheesesteaks. I got mine East Coast style, which is very yummy, very yummers. And then we split some fries. So yeah, that was good. It was a nice way to close out the weekend. Let's see. Post Zoe's, I did get a gym workout in. Nice, short and sweet situation. Pretty in, pretty out. And that was it. That was all she wrote. Came home. I did not stretch tonight, so poo-poo on me for that. And no snack because I'm full of cheesesteak right now. Cheesesteak and fly. So yeah, let's go ahead and do our startup and let's get into some news. It is definitely getting hot. I am now wishing for plus 80-degree weather because now I have my wish and I'm sweating. It's the nighttime and I'm sweating, and that sucks. But so it goes. It does beat freezing. I hate being cold these days. Ooh. Oh, sorry, I bumped the table. All right. Ooh. Now, these are just some stories that I pulled kind of just rifling around through Google News. Really wasn't much like big headlines that I was like, ooh, I got to get back and cover that come Sunday. So, sounds like maybe one story. But from Axios, Israel strikes Iran military targets after Iranian missile attack. The Israeli Air Force conducted strikes on military targets in central and western Iran on Monday morning local time, Israel Defense Forces said in a statement. The strikes in retaliation for an Iranian missile attack against Israel mark a new phase in growing escalation that started on Sunday morning. This is the first time Israel has struck Iran since the April 8th ceasefire. So, I would not be surprised if this is going to, just be and more so from Israel, because it's like, okay, well, now you've given us a reason, so we're just going to keep making strikes happen on you, until Trump says, okay, calm down, back up. But we'll see. I wanted to start off with that. Moving to, the Philippines from CNN. 7.8 magnitude earthquake hit southern Philippines. Tsunami warnings issued regionally. An earthquake of magnitude 7.8 struck the Mindanao region in the southern Philippines on Monday. Excuse me. According to the United States Geological Survey, or the USGS, triggering tsunami warnings in the country and neighboring Indonesia as well as Japan. The earthquake struck around 07:37 a.m. I don't know why I said it that way. Local time, at a depth of about 35 kilometers or 21.7 miles, according to the USGS. There have been no immediate reports of death, so that's good. The country's seismology agency, Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, PHIVOLIX, said the quake hit off the shores of General Santos City in Sarangani Province, the southernmost tip of the Mindanao Island. PHIVOLIX has also issued a tsunami warning, calling on people living in the coastal areas to evacuate. Tsunami waves can reach 1 to 3 meters above the tide level in parts of the Philippines, according to the U.S. Tsunami Warning System. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to cover that as I saw it. 7.8 is a pretty big number, as well as, the fear of tsunamis to potentially follow that, obviously concerning. But at least silver lining, hey, it doesn't seem like there's been any massive damage reported, at least as of now, knock on wood, and then also no casualties, knock on wood. Hopefully it stays that way. But let's move on. Actually, getting a bit local. This was a story that I think I saw, I believe, Friday, from NPR. Police search for suspects in Ohio shooting that wounded 12 near a street festival. Police still had no suspects in custody Sunday after a weekend shooting near an Ohio street festival wounded 12 people and sent attendees scrambling for cover in a busy Toledo neighborhood. Toledo Deputy Police Chief Joe Heffernan said it appeared that at least 2 people fired weapons on Saturday near the Old West End Festival and were probably shooting at each other. Authorities say a search for the shooters was ongoing and had not identified any potential suspects. They urged festival goers to come forward with any photos or videos. Let's see here. Hundreds of people were at the festival, an annual 2-day celebration in Toledo's historic district that includes live music, food vendors, home tours, and shopping. The remainder of the festival was canceled Sunday. Organizers said it would not be compassionate, responsible, or possible to continue. We are heartbroken about those that were injured at the Old West End Festival. 2 of the victims were in critical condition on Saturday, Heffernan said. The ages of the victims ranged from 14 to 61, with most of them in their early 20s. So yeah, that's a bummer. It sucks that people, once again, coming out to have a good time, celebrate life and all that shit, and really like enjoy themselves, celebrate their community. And, what I'm assuming, obviously I got my speculation hat on, maybe there was some kind of dispute or something like that. 2 people wind up popping off on each other. They both have fucking weapons and people wind up getting fucking hurt, Or maybe it was something more calculated, worse. I don't fucking know. But either way, people shouldn't be in critical condition right now. People shouldn't be hurt and then having to live with the ramifications of being shot at or shot, That's crazy shit, man. And then that's so sad and unfortunate that you just can't have a nice weekend out with your family and stuff and be safe. So yeah, it's always sad to cover these stories one way or another. And unfortunately, the next story is, not much lighter. It's just less in terms of number of people affected. But from ABC News, actually, let's go ahead and take our last break and then we'll go to New York. Speaking of Penn Station, no Philly cheesesteak, I guess. Also, I know I'm 7 days late in saying this, but happy Pride Month. Ooh. All right. Whew. Ooh la la. From ABC News. 5 stabbed at New York City's Penn Station. Suspect in custody. 5 people were stabbed Sunday evening at New York City's Penn Station by a man experiencing homelessness, sources told ABC News. The man is now in police custody, sources said. None of the injuries are believed to be life-threatening. So at least the last part is good. Obviously, that's a sad story all around. But yeah, at least there's closure in the sense of like, hey, they caught the guy. He's not, out. It's not an unknown suspect or anything like that. But still, once again, all unfortunate there. But that is where we're going to leave it out. I know it's a bit of a sad note, but not chilling. It is Sunday. So thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for being a friend. And hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.